Hello, hello, everyone. I am super excited to be here. Okay, I'm going to lighten it up a little bit. We're going to have a little fun. I'm going to ask you all a question. What is your favorite childhood book? Put it in the chat, unmute. Come on, let's get some energy going here. We have a lot of major deep conversations. Dr. Seuss. Ooh, Dr. Seuss is good. Who else? What do we've got? Favorite childhood book? Curious George, Amelia, what is it? Bedelia? Ooh, I love it. I love it. Okay, so everyone look at the screen. This is my favorite childhood book. Everyone poops. Everyone poops. It's so true. Everyone poops. Why is it such a taboo? Why is it such a weird topic that nobody talks about? Everyone poops. Definitely my favorite childhood book as it relates to my business and life in general. It's a taboo. We need to stop the hiding and the shame about it because it's natural. It's normal, but everybody poops. You know what the book does not say? Everyone poops well. That is not true. It says everyone poops, but everyone does not poop well. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that today. Have some fun and some enjoyment in this conversation today because it is so important and it makes such a huge difference. And here's why. I am actually going to share my screen. Let everyone know if you can see this. Whoop. Can you see what I
Yes,
see?
we can see it.
Yes, perfect. Okay, 3 big health goals, or big health goals need these 3 tiny steps. And really, let's talk poop because it's so important. Poop is important. It's crazy. We need to stop doing this shame thing because it's so natural. But one of the reasons why it is so important and why I'm talking on a big stage about it is that colon and rectum cancer are the 4th leading cause of cancer, the 4th leading cancer in the United States. It is also the 4th leading cause of death among all cancers. And then I have a statistic that I just recently learned that according to the American College of Surgeons, there is an alarming rise in colorectal cancer among adults under the age of 50. Under the age of 50. In fact, people born in the 1990s are 2 times more likely to be diagnosed with colon rectum cancer than people that were born in the 1950s. Scary, scary. So it's important. Not only is it important for your overall health, but is it important for your business? What? Why am I talking about that? Yes, it is important for your business because did you know if you are worried about pooping your pants or worried that you haven't gone to the bathroom in a couple of days when you're on a stage like this, your energy level is not where it needs to be. It is not where it needs to be in sales calls. It is not where it needs to be when you're talking on a stage and making a presentation. The crazy thing, go back to this cancer thing. The American Cancer Society said the colorectal cancer is now the leading cause of cancer death among men younger than 50. And it's the second leading cause of women of the same age demographic. Scary. So not only is it decreasing your business and your money, but it is also decreasing your health and increasing your likelihood of dying from cancer. Like, hello, let's stop this taboo. This from the 1950s to the 1920s that everyone was afraid to talk about poop. It's important. It is super, super important for so many different things. So let me tell you a little bit about me. But first, come back to an empty lantern provides no light. If you are not fueling yourself, if you are not taking the time to fuel yourself to make sure you are taking care of yourself, you're not going to show up right in your business. Self-care is the fuel that allows you to shine vibrantly and lighting the way for others. Most of us here are in business for ourselves or are seeking to be better for others. You have to fill your cup first before you can help anyone else. So that is key. That is important. All right, so a little bit about me. I have a nutrition dietetics degree, but that's not the end. I also am a supplementologist. A what? That is someone who's been studying supplements. I've been studying supplements for over 15 years. So it really study what works, what doesn't work. And I also utilize that in helping my clients and the general population, get healthier faster. You can use supplements to just kind of take the edge off, make results happen that much quicker. But really, where I got to this story and why I am here is because think of this little girl. I was 2 years old and I was screaming in pain. I was miserable. I was uncomfortable. I had ear infections so bad. I remember laying on a heating pad and just wishing something would happen. Fast forward a few years, I was sick so many times that I got strep throat so many times that I actually became allergic to the antibiotics they give you for strep throat. Further trashing my gut, but I used to joke that someone could sneeze across an auditorium and I'd get sick. My immune system was trashed. You name it, the spring came around, I had all the things. My eyes itched, my nose ran, I sneezed, I felt miserable, kind of everything. Under the sun, I was uncomfortable and miserable. And all the while, I was pooping about once a week. Once a week. Nobody knew. Nobody knew to help me. No one knew to ask of like, hey, what's going on? So you know what? I've coined this term. Feel free to laugh. Instead of asking how you doing, we should really be asking how you pooping. Because if you ask that, no one's going to give you a canned response. They're going to be like, wait, what? Let's actually start a real conversation. How you pooping? How are you pooping? Because that makes a way bigger difference in your energy level, in the way you show up. Again, like I said, it is all how you show up. It's the energy that you have. If you're worried about not pooping, if you're worried about not feeling good, believe it or not, when you are not pooping great, and I'll get into what that is. Shit happens. You're right. It's true. It is true. Yes, the first thing moms do when they, yes, that the only people that talk about poop are parents and dog owners. That's pretty much it, right? Everyone, but they're not talking about their own poop. I have a toddler. We just changed her diaper before I came on stage. So we're good. We're good there. But poop happens. It does. It's crazy. But the more you pay attention to it and the more you dial it in and actually have really good poops, the better you show up, the more energy you have, the more livelihood. It's really about, I truly believe it's about the life in your years, not just the years in your life. So many people will just be like, yes, I will, I want to live to 100. Yeah, but 50 years you're in a wheelchair or uncomfortable, miserable. Is that really a life that you want? Like, no, I want to live to 150, but I want to be running around the block at the same time. I think that's more important. That's just as important. So that kind of spurred me into learning what I'm doing. And let me bring this back here. You can see it. Perfect. I can tell. So really, I learned because of necessity. I went to doctors and they weren't able to help me. I know now that, I mean, the pharmaceutical companies have kind of jumped on the bandwagon as far as learning that they can give, so many people have gut issues now that that there's IBS, right? Honestly, IBS is just a catch-all for you have gut issues. So you go to a doctor and you go, I have gut issues. And like, okay, you have IBS or IBS-C, which is IBS with constipation. Now you have a diagnosis. You don't have a solution, you just have a diagnosis. And now they can give you a drug that would cause one thing or another. Like, hey, you have IBS-C. Here's a drug that they give you so you lose. So basically it just causes diarrhea. I'm like, great. That doesn't solve anything. It doesn't get to the underlying cause. So let me jump into, there are three tiny changes that can make a huge difference. So get your fingers ready. Give me some ideas. I want to see the chat going wild here. So 3 tiny changes that'll make a difference in your energy level, your income, and no, it's not poop, even though that is one of them. That is definitely one of them. Your focus. A tiny change that'll make a big difference in your focus. What about your mental clarity? What is a tiny change that that will affect all of these and your quality of life in general? What do we have? Anyone? Anyone? What do we got? Three tiny changes. Three tiny changes that can make a big difference. Oh, it just popped up as soon as I closed it. More fiber. Fiber is a good one. Yes, fiber is a good one. That's not quite it. Water. The number one thing you can do, the number one out of everything that I've talked about, number one, drink more water. Hydration is key. It is so overlooked so commonly when it comes to anything digestion or anything. You have a headache? Water. Instead of reaching, we have a very bad habit in the United States and honestly most of the world that the first thing we do when we have something wrong with us is we reach for a drug. We reach for an ibuprofen or an Advil or something like that. When water, water could be that trick. Water is so, so important and so powerful and so underutilized. Does anyone know how much water we're actually supposed to drink? So the old adage of 6 or 8 8-ounce glasses of water, that's a good one. Eight glasses, yes. So 8 8-ounce glasses of water is kind of what we learned in school. That's not great, actually. That is, it's too up to conjecture. It's too easy. So 1 ounce per. Woo, there we go. Okay, I like it. I like it. Eric, you're on the right track. You are definitely on the right track. So really, the 64 ounces of water is a good baseline, which is 8 8-ounce glasses of water. But what is more powerful is that if you take your body weight, kind of like Eric said, so take your body weight, you want to drink half of your body weight in ounces of water. So really close, Eric. That's a little too much depending on how large you are as a person, that might be a little too much. But half of your body weight in ounces. So say you're a 150-pound person, you want to drink 75 ounces of water a day. That might be a shocker to many of you because most people drink, I don't know, 12 ounces, no water, 16 ounces. So yes, 75 ounces of water a day if you're a 150-pound person is perfect. Okay, yeah. Marion, we can is it Marianne? We can definitely talk about that a little bit more. I don't want to get into the weeds too far, but drinking in between meals is best than drinking with your meals. Yes, I don't totally agree with that. But drinking more water, it's so, so, so important. So important. Kind of gets everything moving. Yes, drinking on an empty stomach in the morning is great. I typically start my day with water because that starts you off. A lot of times we misconstrued water for hunger. Most people are like, oh, it's a I must be hungry. I'm like, actually, you're probably thirsty. Like, drink a glass of water first and see if you actually need to consume more calories. Because most of the time we consume way more calories than we need, further trashing our guts or having things not quite work properly. I love that I look at the little boxes that I have more people drinking water. Good job. Good job. Good job. So number one, drink more water. It is so key to drink more water. And number two, let's see if I can this. Whoop, there we go. Move your body, movement. So yes, I talk about poop. Poop is movement, great movement, but actually moving your body. Moving your body makes such a huge difference on so many aspects. So first, it helps to lower your diabetes risks. Yes, take a pause and take a walk. Yes, take a pause. So really in that pause, take a pause in the middle of your day and go for a walk. Did you know that sitting is the new smoking? Sitting, which all of us are doing, right? I actually choose not to sit when I do a presentation just because of this specific thing. But it is so important that you actually move your body. It lowers your diabetes risk. So it's going to lower your blood sugar, help blood sugars move through your body. It's going to decrease stress. That's a big one. Take a pause. lower your stress level. Like that makes a huge difference. Increases energy. Believe it or not, getting out and moving, getting your body out of this sit position. Most people have their hands in front of them, their legs in front of them in a sit position. You sit at work that way, you sit at a dining room table that way, you drive that way. Everyone is in this position. So whatever you can do to open up, like get yourself out of this almost fetal position that we're in all the time. So move our legs back, kind of do that lunge position so you can just move your body, improve circulation, improves your mood. The gut is your second brain. And I have a slide later, but it talks about the importance of mood. Did you know serotonin? Serotonin is the happy hormone. Most people know serotonin that kind of wakes you up in the morning, has you excited and going through your day. Serotonin is actually made in the gut. It is made in the digestive system. So if you are not doing the right things, if you're not moving your body, you're not digesting as well. You're not feeling as good as you can. You're not sleeping as good as you can. So sleep is another one that's really, really, really powerful when you move your body. So moving your body. So water, moving your body is another huge one. And last but not least, as far as my tips for you, besides poop. So poop is number one. Let's talk about poop. Let's stop this weirdness. Poop. Let's talk about it. Did you know? Okay, here, I'm going to actually get on a soapbox real quick. Poop. Okay, let's go back. Instead of the last but not least, we're going to pause that one for a second. We're going to go back and talk about poop because it's so important. Because it is so, so important. Digestion is key. Do you know what we're supposed to do as far as pooping? I say, yes, poop's important. Yes, blah, blah. You're supposed to poop every day. If you are not pooping every day, you are considered constipated. Every day. If you are not going every day, you are considered constipated. If you are pooping and they're little tiny little rabbit turds, that is also constipation. You can even go every day, but have those little rabbit turds, that's constipation. Or most people know diarrhea, the other end of the spectrum, everything's loose, goes right through you, goes multiple times a day. That's the other end of the spectrum. The sweet spot, the Goldilocks, the ideal poop should resemble, sorry for the mental picture in advance, soft serve ice cream. The best poop resembles soft serve ice cream. If you do not have a soft serve ice cream poop every day, or at least 9 times out of 10, you have something going on with your digestion. So we could talk about it. All right. Now I'm going to get back to it because I teased you a little bit. So the next thing, which goes perfectly with the pause summit and the everything, is taking a breath. Pausing. Actually having that moment of pause. And how it relates exactly to what I do and why it's so important is there is 2 main systems within your body. Well, there's lots, but 2 that are really important right now. There's your sympathetic nervous system. Does anyone know? Give me some nods. Sympathetic nervous system to parasympathetic nervous system. These are 2 systems that work like a teeter-totter. Your sympathetic nervous system is also known as your fight or flight nervous system. Now we're getting some nods. Yes, your fight or flight nervous system. So that fight or flight system is designed, we're designed, we are impeccably designed. But that fight or flight nervous system is to keep us safe, to keep us from being eaten by the saber-toothed tiger, to be out from in front of that car. Keeps you safe. It's like, oh, okay, I need to get things happening. I need to move. I need to hide. I need to run. I need to get out of the situation like that. That fight or flight nervous system is great, except nowadays that fight or flight nervous system is triggered by your boss, traffic going to work, just traffic in general, people on Zoom that don't show up, people on Zoom that don't have their cameras on. I see you. It's triggered by so many different things. Stress it rules our life now. So the thing that works like a teeter-totter is that parasympathetic nervous system. The parasympathetic nervous system is also known as your rest and digest nervous system. Any idea how that relates to pooping? Digestion. Digestion. If you are stressed, if you are in fight or flight all the time, and work does that, getting clients does that, like there's so much that keeps us in that stress state. If we're in that stress state all the time, we are not digesting. You can eat the most perfect diet, but if you're stressed all the time, you're not going to digest it. It's not going to work well within your system. It's not going to fuel your body. So you really need to slow things down and take a breath. So I know I only have a few minutes, but I'm going to walk us through it with me. So can everyone see me? Everyone see me. Okay. So what I'm going to do is there's one tactic. Well, there's many, but one we're going to talk about now, and it's called box breathing. Has anyone heard of box breathing or know anything about it? So what box breathing is also known as tactical breathing. The Navy SEALs would use this. It kind of brings your body out of stress and calms everything down. So kind of taking a pause. I'll do a timer for a minute and a half here, and we're going to walk you through it. So this box breathing, it's like breathing like a box. So you're going to breathe in for a count of 4. You're going to hold at the top for a count of 4. You're going to breathe out for a count of 4, and then you're going to hold empty for a count of 4. And why this works and how this works is that that's not a normal breathing cadence. You don't normally hold at the top and hold at the bottom. You breathe in and breathe out, or you don't breathe at all because you're continuously talking, right? So there's so many. You can breathe in, you breathe out, like it's so important. But doing this box breathing, you actually have to think about it for a minute. And while you're thinking about it, it tells your body, like, if you have time to breathe strange, then you must be safe. Like it calms things down, it slows things down. So is everyone ready to do a box breathing with me? I see all these faces. Yes. Okay. All right. So on the count of 3, we're all going to breathe in and then hold and then breathe out. Okay. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, breathe in, hold, 3, breathe out, hold, empty, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now breathe in, hold. Now breathe out. Now hold. Now breathe in, hold. Now breathe out. Now hold. Now breathe in, hold. Now breathe out. But hold. Okay. Just that was a short amount of time, about a minute. How's everyone feel? Any difference? A little bit calmer? I see some nods, right? Yeah. It makes a huge difference just taking that little bit of a pause, taking that minute to just breathe, just relax, just allow yourself to be. We are typically very, very good at being human doings. We're not very good at being human beings. So taking that quick pause makes a huge difference. Yes, Marianne, that's nice. Easy to remember. Yes, it is easy to remember. So it's something that you can do anytime. So I just definitely don't recommend doing it while you're in a car, especially if you're at the beginning. Reach out to me individually. I have a video that I can send you about it, which is kind of something to follow along that helps. But it is so, so powerful. There's so many different tactics, but that is one that can be used pretty much any time, before you go on stage, before you have a sales call, before you have a conversation with a client, something like that, just to calm yourself down. And especially before meals. So, calming your system down. These are tiny little things that you can do. Again, tiny little habit shifts that can make huge health impacts. Huge. In between, thinking about one in particular, I had a client, or she wasn't even a client, believe it or not. She came up to me and she was like, "Oh my God, Nikki, I've lost 9 pounds in the last couple weeks." And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "What did you do?" She's like, "Who would have thought just drinking water would have shifted my life that much?" I was like, "I know, it's amazing." If you could just take a few minutes to drink that water, to eat that fiber, but drink the water, move your body, even if it's like walking meetings or taking a walk before a meeting. There's so many Zoom meetings happening right now. Sometimes I've taken my Zoom on the road and had a walk. Like, there's conversations you can do. If you have an in-person meeting, go on a walking meeting. Everyone needs to move more. We all sit on our butt way too much. So, yes, it is so, so important. So, that takes me to pop quiz. I have a pop quiz for everyone today. Let me go to the right screen so you can see it. Everyone can see, yes. So, again, drink more water, move your body, breathe. These are tiny changes to make really big results. Here, I'm just going to race through this because I already talked about it. But really comes back to, think about this. Is your energy level where it wants to be? You're sick, you're tired, you're uncomfortable, you're not exactly sure what's happening within your body. You are not having perfect soft serve ice cream poops every day. That's most people. Your energy is not where it should be. You are not showing up. You are not making the money that you deserve because of it. Your colon cancer risk is way higher because of it, especially if you're not going every day or you have those little rabbit turds. Those are high increases of colon and rectum cancer risk. So today, pop quiz time. I have pop quiz, a poop pop quiz. I've got a poop pop quiz for everyone today. I think information has been in the chat. Let me see. All of my stuff disappeared, but that's okay. There we go. We're back. I know resources. I actually have the same resource thing here too. So poop pop quiz, but sweeten the deal. For the first five of you, that go, "Yes, I want to assess what's going on. I don't feel amazing. I'm not making the money I deserve. I am not feeling on top of the world, having amazing amounts of energy." Take that quiz. Get on the poop pop quiz. And the first five of you that do, I will go over your results with you one-on-one. I will give you tangible outcomes, what you can do, giving you a step just for you, because everyone's a little bit different. Not everybody's created equal. So I will go over with you one-on-one. Normally, I charge $247 for this, but for the first five of you, it will be completely complimentary. I'll do it. I'll go through that whole quiz with you and make sure you are taking care of you and feeling as amazing as you possibly can. Remember, an empty lantern provides no light. And self-care, fueling your body, taking care of you, allows you to shine brightly for others. That's super, super, super important. And really bringing it all, big bow around it, gut health. Gut health, that is the center of your system. Gut health is the key to your overall health. So everything comes back to the gut. It is the central part of your body. Little fun fact, did you know when we are created as humans, our butthole creates first before our head? That's how important our digestive system is. So with that little gross tidbit, I'll leave it to you. So be one of the first five. Pop quiz time, fill that out, and let's have a conversation.